Christ is our rest, but not a replacement for God's Sabbath day. What if I told you the most deceptive lie being preached in churches today is that Jesus is our rest, and that this very phrase is being used to erase one of God's eternal commandments? What if this clever twist is leading millions to break God's law, unknowingly aligning with a system that dares to change God's times and laws? Brace yourself. This isn't just a theological error, it's rebellion against the voice of God himself. And no pastor, priest, or imam can explain it away without contradicting the Bible. They say, we don't need to keep the Sabbath anymore because Christ is our rest. But is that what the Bible teaches? Or is that what false teachers want you to believe? Let's begin with the very words of God in Exodus 20:8-11. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. The seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. God didn't say a symbolic rest. He declared a day, a literal 24-hour period, a day that he himself rested, blessed, and sanctified. But today, pastors twist Matthew 11:28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest, as an excuse to ignore the fourth commandment. Let's be clear, Jesus was offering spiritual rest from guilt and sin, not erasing God's holy day. Now ask yourself, why would Jesus, who said in John 15:10, I have kept my Father's commandments, break the fourth commandment? He wouldn't. In fact, Luke 4:16 says, and as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day. Jesus kept the Sabbath. Yet modern Christians claim, but after the cross, the Sabbath ended. Really? Then how do you explain Isaiah 58:13-14, where God calls it my holy day and promises blessings to those who honor it? Not in Moses' time, but in the last days. Still not convinced? Let's go to Malachi 3:6, where God says, I am the Lord, I change not. And Psalm 89:34, my covenant will I not break, nor alter the thing that is gone out of my lips. If God blessed the seventh day and called it holy, who gave modern pastors the authority to declare it void? Now let's dismantle their strongest argument, Hebrews 4:9. This verse actually says, there remaineth therefore a rest, Greek, sabbatismos, to the people of God. The Greek word sabbatismos literally means a keeping of the Sabbath. The New Testament confirms the Sabbath was never abolished. So the argument that Christ is our Sabbath does not cancel the fourth commandment, it magnifies it. Just like Christ is our peace, but we're still called to live in peace. Just like Christ is our righteousness, but we're still called to live righteously. Saying, Jesus is my Sabbath, while breaking the Sabbath is like saying, Jesus is my truth, while living in lies. It's spiritual fraud, and it's leading many into the mark of the beast deception, which, according to Daniel 7:25, is rooted in changing God's times and laws. So to every Sunday-keeping pastor, priest, or imam who teaches Christ abolished the Sabbath, where is your verse? Where did Jesus say, the seventh day is no longer holy? Where did God say, my holy day is now any day you choose? You won't find it, but here's what you will find. Revelation 14:12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Not either or, both. So the real question is this: if Jesus kept the Sabbath, the apostles kept the Sabbath, and even heaven will keep the Sabbath, Isaiah 66:23. Why aren't you? The deception is real, but now you know the truth. Will you follow tradition or God, or